1, go.
Greedy! Yes! We did it!
Let's go.
Welcome back to Kroop Scoop. I'm your host, Fayko. Today I'm joined by Kroop, Hayne, and Jeffrey. We have a lot of lovely topics to get into and to really pick your brains about. And I can't wait to see everyone's reaction. So let's get into it and have a fun time.
Woo! Yeah, I thought this was our show.
Yeah, what the hell? I'm the host.
Yeah, wait.
No,
we're
wait,
gonna
I'm-
pick your brand.
I was just reading the script. I was just saying the script I was given.
Welcome
Yeah,
to
that's all
Kroop
right,
Scoop, everybody.
Hey, Ethan, would you like to kick it off with our weekly balls news?
That's right, we got weekly balls news. A tornado hit Tennessee.
That's
It
not
def-
good.
It
where
definitely
where do the balls come in?
The ball house.
Tornadoes
The
suck balls.
Well, there was probably
Yeah.
a Chuck E. Cheese in its way, so
Ooh, yeah.
Oh
that's
my
true.
god.
Yeah.
So-
Local Chuck E. Cheese gets destroyed.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
probably a couple balls in that tornado.
And I'm currently based in Tennessee, where the tornado happened, and it was kind of, or where some of the tornado, like a tornado happened. It was kind of stinky because I had just got home from a party, and
Whoa,
I was
party.
like, I wanted, yeah, okay. I was gonna go to bed because I was like, I'm tired, and then it's like,
Was it like a notification on your phone?
yeah, it was like it was a phone notification, and then like the tornado sirens went off, which is annoying. So then I had to huddle in a bathroom with all my roommates, cracking bits.
You were cracking bits.
Dude, what else do you do at 3 a.m.?
You got to do the memes while you're afraid that you might die.
Gotta run bits with the
Yeah.
boys. Fayko, how was the tornado for you? What happened?
Well, like the person who is in Tennessee, who's based in Tennessee, I am based and in Tennessee. And I'll level with you, I didn't even realize it happened until after the news because I live far enough away from it.
Oh.
And I did get a notification about it on my phone, but I immediately swiped it because I was busy doing something else because I was at a convention.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So like
Speaking of,
I was far from it.
speaking of, how was that convention? Did you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. Or like, should I actually introduce myself or?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is
Yeah,
Fayko.
who's this guy?
This is our guest for this episode.
Yeah, let's give him,
Would you
give him
like
a
to-
little bit
Yeah,
of time to introduce him.
Yeah.
In case you guys are a little confused, this is our guest of the week.
Yeah. So do like.
Introduce yourself. Go.
Tell us about yourself, Fayko.
Yeah.
I am Fayko. I talk about anime and games in skit-based discussion style on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/it's Fayko.
We'll
And-
put a link in the
Yeah.
description.
And I consider myself something of an internet funny man.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know what?
I
You fit
agree.
perfectly in because look at us. We're internet funny mans.
Oh my god. My own kind.
Yo, we're all the same person.
Yeah. So
Yo, if we were all one person, who do you think would be in control of our wiener?
well, let's see.
Oh, poor Audacity. I just watched so much peeking happen with my fucking laugh.
That's okay.
Cock.
I think you would control the wiener, Ethan.
No, I'm in control of the balls.
Yeah.
Damn it! I took it.
He claimed
Got the
balls.
balls.
You know what? Obviously, I'm the brains of the operation, so I think.
What?
Yeah. Hayne
think-
is the hands. He's the hands.
Yeah, Hayne is the hands.
Why?
Because you play Osu, and then Fayko,
No.
you know what, Fayko? Since you're the guest, you get to control the wiener.
Let's fucking
Congratulations.
go. It's what I always wanted. Everyone always said I was nothing but a dick. And here I am living that dream.
Speaking of dicks, now we can talk about that convention.
What kind of segue was that?
What do you
That's a
mean?
good
That was
one.
perfect.
You probably saw some dicks at the convention.
Yeah, you didn't see a little bit of wiener
I mean, so I could get into stories I didn't plan on telling, but
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Do some action.
Okay, so but let me take a turn first. So I went to Yama-Con. It's an anime convention based in East Tennessee. If you wanted to find a way to dox me, there you go.
Ooh, you live in Tennessee? What?
Yeah,
I'm putting
but
it
you're
in
the
the
only 10 I
description
see.
I live
Huh?
in Ohio.
Dude, he got you, idiot. Oh,
wait,
hi,
that's what-
yo.
Yo.
I live in California, dude.
And it was a lot of fun. I walked around, spent a lot of dumb money, and
Wait,
I
what?
also host. Huh?
Is it like an anime convention?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun. And I have been going every year since 2016.
Oh, really?
nice.
Yeah, it's about like it's not the biggest convention in the world, but it's a good convention.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
pretty radical.
sometimes smaller's better, right?
Yeah, not Wizard World, though.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to Wizard World in Ohio, that convention sucks.
It looks fun though.
Well,
that video
yeah,
you
it's
guys
it's
made.
in Ohio.
That is,
Whoa!
yeah, hey, whoa.
Whoa!
Hold on.
True.
I don't care about Ohio.
Yeah. What do you
Fuck
get?
Ohio.
Defend Ohio, man. What do you get?
Yeah, I don't give a
Cincinnati
fuck.
Chili?
I care more about Tennessee than Ohio. I've never been to Tennessee. Actually, I have.
But you're the only 10 I see.
Gatlinburg.
We're getting distracted.
Okay, so
That was
I
the
hope
convention.
it was really good. Spent a lot of dumb money.
Was there any
Met a lo-
hentai there?
We can get into that.
Let him build up. Let him build up.
In a bit. Let's start wholesome. Then see, I'm not sure how much of this I'm allowed to talk about. So I'm
No one's
going.
watching right now yet.
Okay. Anyway, spent a lot of dumb money. Met some anime voice actors, and I hosted a panel there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. How did the panel
How'd
go?
the panel go? How many people were there? Was it like a big panel?
I wouldn't say it's the biggest panel because I'm not quite at the size where I'm going to be drawing any names. So pretty much anyone who showed up, it was either my friends that I told about the panel or people who were interested in the topic at hand.
Dude, Jeffrey, you totally could have went.
No.
You sack of shit.
It is so far away. I looked it up.
Come on.
What
come
about
on.
like the crowd? Was it like a decent size?
I would say there was
Like
like
people
so-
watching the panel?
yeah, there were definitely people I didn't know there. Like there were enough people there that I would consider it a success.
Like what? Like 20 or?
I would say about 20, but I would say about like 7 or 8 of them were my friends who came to support me.
Oh well.
That's a pretty good turnout for a small convention.
Yeah.
Also, my very first panel.
Yeah.
So how'd it
Years
go?
ago, you guys,
What'd you guys talk about?
Yeah.
So, I didn't exactly have a whole lot of experience when it came to panels because I don't go to a whole lot of them, so I didn't know how to prepare for it. So I literally just kind of thought up topics the day prior. Like I came up with that topic as a whole in October, but it wasn't until like the day before that I was like, okay, this is like what I'm gonna try to hone in on. And my panel was about being a starting off content creator, how to be comfortable getting started, how to manage your mental health while you do it, and just tips to keep enjoying it. Because you can look up a lot of ways to grow. Everyone has their own tips and tricks, but there isn't a lot of ways to deal with a problem I've faced a lot, which is burnout. So I really want to tackle that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Burnout is definitely real.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
Yeah,
and
burnout.
the way I mentioned the podcast, it was kind of in passing because I was really nervous. I was really nervous about the panel, so I didn't remember to like prepare a whole lot. But someone asked me if I like knew or were friends with like any popular or famous people, and I was like, yeah, I know so and so, and I know so and so. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm on a podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna be on a podcast. Check out Kroop's group. But then I like went back into a question.
Yo.
Who
Yeah.
did you mention, other than us?
I mentioned primarily like Vidi and Coral because those are like I have connections to other content creators, but those are the content creators I would consider like I'm buddies with.
Yeah.
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 And now you can consider us as
Oh my god,
buddies.
we're friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're buds.
We're buds,
Yeah,
dude.
just
We're about to
just slip
have a
us
good
a-
old Roblox session after this.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
slip
Let's
us a
get
quick,
some friendship bracelets.
just slip us a
Yeah.
quick 20 under the table, and then we'll.
That's how I got most of my friends.
That's how
Yeah.
we got in here.
I mean, dude, you're controlling our collective penis, so like. You're our boy.
Yeah.
You don't give that responsibility to just anyone.
No, no
Nope.
schmuck. I'm not letting no schmuck control my wiener.
Only Fayko can sling the schlong out at a panel.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like the connections. Like, I don't like how the story is merging here. Okay, so on to the hentai thing that you guys mentioned. So,
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Speaking of wieners and conventions.
So, Yama-Con has this thing called Senpai Central. It is the
Senpai Central?
Oh shit.
Yep, it's Senpai Central.
Well,
Yo.
I guess it's the perfect name, you know?
It works.
It does
mean,
its
hey.
job. Tells you what exactly you're going to be getting into.
Yeah, you don't go to Senpai Central expecting like a
Well-
wholesome party.
Well, you literally get ID'd before you go in, or they ask you to like verify your ID at the normal convention so they can give you a wristband.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
wristband says a fellow cultured man.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were I end up going to Senpai Central because, you know, how could you
Uh-oh.
not?
I would go.
You're a senpai.
Yeah,
It-
I'm going in.
And again, I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about, so I'm going to leave it there, but it was a very, very, very interesting experience.
Nah, just
What-
talk about it.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's like big privacy things that like
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. That's okay. We can.
Wait, so you're saying there was more than just like hentai comics in there?
so it was less of a convention, more of like a series of panels, and there were like amateur burlesque shows.
Yo.
Amateur what?
burlesque shows.
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
Aren't those like those shows where like people will put like tassels on their nipples and shit?
It like
Whoa.
like stripping and stuff like that, essentially.
Yeah. It's like
That's sick.
fancy. It's like fancy stripping. It's like you don't go to a strip club expecting a burlesque show, but like you can go to like someone will give you like a ticket to a burlesque show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ah.
So you saw some chicks dressed up as anime characters in there doing that. That's what-
you know,
allegedly.
Allegedly.
allegedly, instead of for whatever reason anime characters, let's just say one of them was Garfield the cat. Okay, let's keep moving.
Wait.
Huh.
Oh man, you're teasing me. I like it.
I'm sorry, John.
All right. Now, well,
Oh.
Well, what are we talking about now?
anything else to note?
Yeah, you're the
It's
host,
hard
right,
to
Fayko?
move on when someone mentions sexy Garfield. I understand, but the
No,
show
I'm-
must go on.
The show must go on. Is there anything else notable from the convention that you'd like to talk about?
Did you buy anything cool?
Nothing like notable. I got Bungo Stray Dogs season 1 and 2 in one box set, and that was pretty cool. But other than that, they're just like there wasn't a whole lot. I made some new friends. It was honestly a very good convention for me, like personally, and like I have a lot of good memories. If anyone hasn't like gone to a convention before, and like you know someone who might also be interested, I can't recommend going to a convention, like a nice like either small or medium one. Like I'm not saying go to Anime Expo or anything like that, but I definitely recommend going to a convention because it is a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first convention was that one in Ohio that we went to.
Oh, that little one.
What was it
It
called?
was like in
Gen Z?
Dayton. Gem City, something
Yeah.
Dayton. It was like a comic one. It was
It was
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
I liked it. There were some cool things in there.
yeah, it was small.
Kind of crazy how that was my first convention, especially since I live in San Diego and like
Yeah.
Comic-Con is right there every year.
Huh. Well,
And I
well,
never
if,
go.
if you guys ever find yourself in East Tennessee, I was trying to remember, like, did I specify East? Should I, like, but then I remembered I am literally talking about a public event and I already said it. But if you guys ever find yourself in East Tennessee around December time, stop by Yama-Con. I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll do a Kroop Scoop panel.
Oh my god.
Dude.
Live
That'd be
Kroop
sick.
Scoop episode. Let's do it.
Live
Live
Scoop
episode.
live at Yama-Con.
Yeah.
Can't wait to talk about cum in front of people.
Okay,
I feel like it would be
a
one of
Senpai
those things
Central
where it
panel.
starts off with like 2 people watching, but then the more we go further, by the end of it, we've had like 30 people like watching. They're
Have
just
all
"What
the voice actors
what
in
the
there,
fuck are
too."
these guys? What the fuck are they talking about? What's going on here?
I think it'll be the opposite, actually.
Oh, you think
Everyone's gonna be like, wow, a live
think we'll start
podcast? I
strong
like
and then they
podcasts.
just-
Let's check it out.
they trickle
Yeah.
out?
I mean, dude, yeah, honestly, like, we're gonna get up there and Hand's gonna burp in, like, the first 2 seconds and people are just gonna leave.
You guys are gonna open up with, okay, who's gonna control the penis this time? And half the room's already gone.
Yeah, once we get to,
No, as soon
around
as
to
I
the
say weekly
collective
balls
penis bit.
news.
You just see people picking up their bags and stuff.
Like, hey, wait.
Yeah, they're like, they pick up their bag and they're considering leaving. It's like, all right, who do you think would control our collective penis? And they just get up and leave.
Like, no, you guys have the wrong idea. I don't mean all of ours. I just mean us at the table.
Yeah, just us on stage. None of you are collectively a part of our body.
Don't worry, I'm not talking about any of your penises.
Speaking of penises,
No.
That's not a segue. That you told me so. I got a little flavor list of the topics that we're talking about. That's not a segue that works for any of them.
yeah, I
There's.
couldn't think of it.
Why did
of
you
a segue.
Well, you could have just not said. Speaking of penises.
Well,
Well, speaking of.
Well, I don't know. There's
Speaking
been a
of
lot of
anime
penises so
conventions,
far.
Let's talk a little bit about anime. Fayko is
I
after
hate
all,
anime.
an anime
Anime YouTube.
hater, I guess. I thought he was an anime YouTuber.
me too.
It's ironic. I'm playing like such a complex character.
That'd be sick. You're just deep undercover.
I'm waiting for a
you're just
dramatic
trolling
reveal
us
for a
right now,
million
Watching
subscribers.
a bunch of yeah. Once you get to 1 million, you're just like, I always hated anime, and then you just say a bunch of opinions people disagree with.
Dude, that's just being an anime YouTuber.
Yeah, that's true.
Nux Taku, yeah.
Yeah.
The anime
Well-
man.
Anime.
Fuck the anime man. Fuck the anime man. He sucks.
Whoa.
I am
What
not.
if we
I
have
would
him on
like.
our podcast?
I would like to say for a record, I am not being spoken for.
Yeah, me either. I don't hate the anime
I am.
man
I
at all.
fucking hate that guy.
What did he do?
I don't know.
I don't know. If he
Nerd.
slips me a 20,
Anime
then
nerd.
maybe we could work something out.
Stop trying to fucking get bribed. You can't monetize your opinions.
Oh, well,
You need to be a politician for
yeah,
that.
well, money talks.
Maybe if you slip me a couple bucks, I'll believe what you just said to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but yeah, anime.
Anime.
What is your
Fayko.
favorite anime?
What are your top 3 favorite anime?
Yeah,
If
we've
you
already
could
said
think of
ours.
them.
Okay, so I will say my personality hasn't changed since I was a freshman in high school. So my favorite anime is Death Note.
That's your number one?
That's my number one.
All right. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a classic for a reason.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I recommend it.
I should watch it. I'm watching. Fake. Are you watching Platinum End? The other.
I
show?
am watching Platinum End.
What do you think of it?
Is that connected?
It's
it's made
written
by the
the
same creator.
same manga author, right?
Yeah. Platinum End is pretty good. But from the creator of Death Note, I expected a lot better. It feels more like Future Diary. It feels more like a property from the creator of Future Diary than it would the creator
Yeah.
of Death Note.
It's kind of yeah. For those at home who don't know what Platinum End is, it's like a. I guess this guy is. It starts out our main character is about to kill himself, and then when he jumps off the building,
I see the advertisers pulling out already.
Well, he's about to allegedly kill himself.
Where? I don't see him at all.
He's about to game end himself.
Yeah,
he's about to leave the lobby.
Yeah, he's about to fail an MLG water bucket, and then an angel saves him. His angel saves him and is like, "Yo, you can become the next god. Here's some like weird angel powers, and there's also a bunch of other people who like are gonna try to become god, and you have to like win, I guess." That's the easiest way to explain it.
The angel kind of approached the guy and was like, "Hey, have you ever watched Future Diary before?"
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, here's some superpowers. Now you're the creepy one.
Woohoo. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate the stupid ass. They're like in Power Ranger suits.
I think like the main character suit looks pretty cool. All of the other ones are kind of goofy. They're corny.
Yeah. And then like the main character girl's in a fucking cat suit.
Yeah, they worked so hard explaining that, and I'm just not buying it.
No. It's not because she's a girl. It's because like the cat ears come down in their goggles. It's like
why didn't you just make
she just have
goggles that like isn't like the top of the head a part that runs the risk of taking a lot of damage? Why would that be where you store sensitive equipment?
Yeah. I don't know.
But my second favorite anime, to go back to your question, so like the first place is the only one that stayed steady. So like you could ask me the same exact question next week and like all my answers will be different except for Death Note. I think I'm gonna die before I move that place.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we all have a soft spot for our number one.
Absolutely. I would say number 2 is probably Guilty Crown.
I have not seen Guilty Crown.
I haven't seen that.
I know the song from Osu, but I don't know the show.
It made Guilty Crown was one of those shows that made the rounds when it aired, and like people who watched it liked it, people who missed it. But it's one of those shows that like people were iffy on. People didn't like the main character. I loved the main character, but people were kind of eh. And then like the last 5 episodes happened, and people hated them because it went into some weird Mickey Mouse shit. But I liked the first chunk of episodes enough for me to be like, okay, well, I can take Mickey Mouse shit.
What do you mean by like
Mickey Mouse shit?
What does that mean?
He starts going ho 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 ho.
Like
So
Goofy and Minnie.
yeah, it becomes a Kingdom Hearts crossover. So like,
Look out!
the show's like over 9 years old at this point. So like, courtesy spoiler warning if anyone wants me.
Spoiler warning. Close your ears for like the next 20 seconds.
So it's one of those things where like it's a show where like someone wants to like it's one of those like weaker characters who become cooler as the plot progresses, but I like how they did it, and they weren't afraid to like permanently change him in bad ways. And like a lot of his plot is driven by romantic affection for the most boring female fucking character humanly possible. But it turns out that female character who you think is normal, I'm not going to get into the extra Mickey Mouse shit, but it turns out like she's some weird monster creature thing that really wasn't approached or talked about until the point that it was revealed. Like, yeah, I'm a weird monster thing that's really fucking cool.
Uh-huh.
And the plot point was just kind of like, oh, cool.
So it's like it's kind of like
over.
Darling in the Franxx, to where like it's good at the beginning, and then like when they hit the third act, they just chuck it into the fucking trash can and go balls to the walls.
Yeah, Guilty Crown is kind of like the beta test for Darwin and Franxx. It's even a mecha anime as well.
Oh shit. Okay.
But I still like love Guilty Crown to pieces. I love the character of Shu Oma. I even have like a Guilty Crown wall scroll that like normally hangs above my bed that has like a few like English voice actor autographs on it.
Yo, that's tight.
Oh yeah, real quick, sub or dub?
So I actually am a dub watcher.
Whoa.
I didn't expect it.
That was the twist. For this
There's the
episode.
twist.
What
Yeah.
a twist.
Yeah, I don't really care. So.
Why? I'm curious. I don't meet many dub watchers.
So I don't really think the voice acting is bad as people say it is. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some like shitters out there where I will legitimately watch a sub instead. Like, I could never watch JoJo in dub. And that's not because the performance is bad, but so much charm from JoJo comes from how it's performed as well.
Yeah, JoJo's dub doesn't do the. They don't go as crazy as they do in the sub. Like you don't get the hey baby. You don't get that. You don't get the
hey baby.
You don't get the yes. You know, like
yeah. But when you have a character whose entire core premise is the fact that when he's scared, he screams in English, but when you're watching English, it's a little bit lost. Like the voice acting's fine. I just feel like it loses a lot of charm that way. But there are shows I've watched that like the voice acting is just like, I'm just gonna go over here. But primarily speaking, I don't have an issue, and I'm someone who is very easily distracted. And if I'm watching sub, the second I get distracted, I gotta stop watching the episode. But when I'm watching dub, and I get like a little bit distracted, like I want to like check on my phone for a new notification, or I'm like looking at something, I can keep paying attention. Like I can keep listening while my hands or eyes or whatever is doing something else.
That's
so
true.
that way I can keep watching and keep paying attention.
Yeah, with sub you can easily miss something
valid.
if you like look down for like a couple seconds.
Yeah.
I don't really care. Like when people make a big deal out of it, and it's just like, dude.
Yeah. Well, for
Like,
me,
yeah,
it
like,
depends
there's-
on the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just like, I don't know.
But I
you're just
do
like-
have a
Tried it.
problem though. I do have a problem though with people watching Korean dramas or any other foreign show / movie in an English dub instead of in their foreign language.
Squid Game.
Ooh,
It-
you're
it-
beating.
Like Squid Game, yeah.
So I absolutely agree with that. Like regardless of my poor attention span, I do agree with that because the market for that stuff, the effort that they put into dubbing that stuff is so half-assed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also it's super hard to dub over an actual person talking rather than an animated character.
Yeah, because when they do dubs, they control the lip syncs. Like they control the lip flaps of how like their mouths are moving, so it works perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But with like foreign films and shows, it's not like that. It's already recorded. So
Yeah.
like most of the time, an English dub when they record over it, it's just almost 70% of the time it doesn't match up with their lip movements.
Yeah,
And
well,
that's just too distracting to like watch, especially since it's like it's actually good.
and set
Like it just takes away from it.
I think one of the biggest issues they have is the fact that like dub can like change things a little bit. Like not like make actual like too many dubs actually change context of stuff, and it's like not a good thing. But like they can change how long it takes for a sentence to be said, so they don't have to really conform too much. Like of course like for a lot of scenes, they can't just slow it down completely, but they have more freedom because they can do what they need to do with the lip syncs. And if a sentence if the sentence doesn't need to take as long, or if it needs to take longer, normally they have the freedom to do that. But when it comes to things that are filmed live, you can't tweak that footage to make a character be standing in the same place for longer, or have them have their mouths move a certain way. It's kind of there.
Yeah, you're
So
limited.
Yeah.
They have to take the same amount of time saying something as it took a completely different language that has no ties to ours. And that just doesn't go well a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, is it really that hard to watch something in sub?
Oh, absolutely not.
It's not.
Not for me, at least.
Yeah, it's like, it's really not that hard to watch something in sub, and
unless you're like just a child that can't read.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, if you're like a kid, maybe, but...
Yeah, I've watched a lot of stuff subbed. I don't have an issue with it. It's just one of those things where it's like, if I have the option, I'm gonna try dub.
Yeah, I respect that.
I
was gonna come over the top and ratio you if you had a bad reason, but your reason is good, so you're chilling.
I will say the only issue I have with sub is when people feel absurdly pretentious about the fact that they watch subtitles.
Yeah.
There's definitely people like that. Like, who gives a fuck? Who cares?
Yeah. Just like there's some stinker dub fans, doesn't mean there's not stinker sub fans, because there's some fucking annoying guys.
Oh, absolutely. It's one of those things where it's like, the way I consider like pretentious sub fans, and for legal reasons, this isn't every sub fan. I am friends with a lot of people who prefer sub, all that good stuff. I watch a lot of sub. I watch whatever's fucking available to me. But the way I categorize people who are like really pretentious about it, because there are, I consider people who are pretentious about sub watchers, too pretentious to watch dub, but not pretentious enough to just shut up and read the manga.
True.
Yeah. I stick to being a small brain ass bitch. I don't read that much manga at all.
I have like
I read manga. I read manga.
So do I.
Nerds.
Oh yeah.
Nerds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite manga? Top 3. Wait, did you already say your third favorite anime?
No, I never got to third anime because we keep going to different tangents.
Yeah. Hey, it's fun.
Podcast.
It do be kind of a podcast, though. You guys should host a podcast. You ever thought about that?
Yeah. Maybe we should make our own show.
Yeah. Fayko pod.
Yeah. Maybe we should just guest star on Fayko's Kroop Scoop.
Yeah.
We've got a Kroop of our own. We should make our own Kroop Scoop.
But for third favorite... So, funny thing, though, is one of the people I met at Yama-Con asked me the same question.
Huh.
And I legitimately didn't know how to answer for third place. And they were like, please say this. And it was a show I really liked, so I'm just going to keep the same answer I told them. My third favorite's Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Woo! I like that show.
It made it, boys. It made it.
It made
because
it
I have a lot of affection for that show, so you know what? And I don't have a definitive top 3, so you know what? It's flexible. Yeah, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood's my third favorite right now.
Yeah, he's
All
a
right.
genius. Yeah, I like this guy.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about Full Metal, right? Because
we've
already
already
know
talked
what's
about
out.
it on the show.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it's incredible. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
And watch the Fayko video that
And
covers
watch-
Fullmetal Alchemist.
That's
video.
my first Fayko video because I was like, I like Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm gonna watch this video by Fayko.
What did you think of the Fayko Fullmetal Alchemist video?
It was a while ago, but yeah, it was good. I think.
Hell yeah. That's what I aim for.
I watched Fayko's Blue Exorcist video today.
Thank you. What did you think of that?
I thought it was pretty cool. I like Blue Exorcist a lot, and I didn't know much about the manga and other facets of its media property-ness. So I was like, ooh, new information just dropped into my brain.
New info drop.
Yeah. It's cool.
But yeah, top 3 favorite manga. That's a lot harder for me to categorize, and I didn't even have a top 3 favorite anime. But number 1's definitely Blue Exorcist.
For manga?
Yo.
Nice.
For
I made a
manga,
video
yes.
about it.
Yeah.
Is it
I
like
need
better
to-
than the anime or?
So, the thing with Blue Exorcist is... So, I'm just going to kind of talk about, like, what they did canonically. So, Blue Exorcist episode 1 through 17 is manga. The second half of 17 through 24, that's all anime original. That's why it had a definitive ending. And it confused a lot of people when Kyoto Saga came out. Because it's like, oh yeah, pretend all that stuff from halfway through episode 17 didn't happen. But one of the best things about Blue Exorcist that the anime had just started doing in Kyoto Saga is the fact that the anime permanently changes characters. These characters grow. Morality is just so, like, gray, but, like it stays shonen, of course. But it almost feels like there's no good or bad guys in the way that people do stuff. And when it comes to, like, again, the characters grow so much to the point where if you looked at Wikipedia of, like, whoever your favorite breakfast character was, and you look up details about what they do later in the manga, whoever you pick, you're going to be surprised by.
I might actually go read the manga because... Is it manga or manga?
Manga.
I say manga.
Okay. All right. I might go read the manga because that was one of my shows as a youngin, 15-year-old. I was like, ooh.
I own like 20 volumes of it, and that's for a very good reason. It's amazing.
What's your... I'll say mine real quick. Well, okay, so I'll start with my third favorite manga, which would probably be
I like that one.
My Hero Academia.
You like the underrated stuff.
This guy's a nerd.
Well, My Hero's kind of underrated and overrated at the same time. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like
it gets
the
too
manga,
much shit, but too many people like it.
Yeah, exactly. There's too many.
Whoa.
I personally am not a big fan of the fan base of My Hero. They are really dumb, and they only think about shipping the characters instead of paying attention to the story that's happening. And like I swear, whenever a new chapter drops on Twitter and there's like a major story beat that happens, instead of talking about that, they talk about how Deku and Bakugo didn't do anything that shipped their ship. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The My Hero Academia fandom has a really unfortunate case of that, but here's the thing. Every fandom has that. So, like,
yeah, but I think My Hero's
it's just the issue is they're so vocal about it.
Yeah, My Hero's is really bad.
Yeah, I feel like My Heroes just has a lot of it because all the characters are like, I don't personally think they're relatively attractive, but if I was like a 15-year-old girl, I'd be like, oh my gosh, Deku's so cute. Bakugo. So I get it. So, but it's just like, it's a lot. I don't think about it that often, just how often I see people be like, oh my gosh, when Bakugo and Deku locked eyes this episode, oh, I'm melting. I'm just like, man.
Well, I'll go ahead and explain why I would put My Hero on number 3.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, My Hero is like, when you started out, like, because I watched the anime, I watched up to season 4, and then that's when I started reading the manga and caught up with it. Pretty much, like, when you watch the anime, it's like, oh, it's like a pretty good shonen, you know? Your standard shonen, better than most, not the best, but it's decent. But then, like, when I started reading the manga, that's when, like, more interesting stuff started happening, and they started providing more interesting aspects to the world that they live in and the society and, like, the politics, and, like, they even get into all the different characters more. Like, I don't know, they do everything you'd want them to do after all the like the basic shit. Like, it takes a while, but I just really like where it went. And
I would say where the manga is right now is probably some of the most interesting My Hero has ever been.
Yeah, you've caught up, right? Like, completely?
I did something. Yeah, I'm caught up.
Okay, sweet. So you've seen, like, all, you know, My Villain and War Arc, all that.
I literally just read the newest chapter, like, while I was waiting for everything to get set up.
Yeah.
Yo.
The biggest problem people have with My Hero is that they don't focus on story most of the time. Like, they'll have, like, a little bit of story, and then they go back to school and do school stuff. And that can be a little jarring, going back and forth so many times. But we're at a point now where they have stopped doing that, which is pretty good. And I've been enjoying it.
The biggest issue I had with My Hero Academia for the longest time, because, like, don't get me wrong, it never got bad, but I did get annoyed with it, because it's like, one arc was about school, the next arc was about villains attacking. The next arc was about school. The next arc was about villains attacking. The next arc was about school. The next arc was about villains. Like, you knew, like, after whatever school thing set up, it was going to be, like, next up is when the villains are going to come and be mean. They're going to tip over the cows and eat your lunch that you kept in the fridge despite the fact that you wrote your name on it. Yeah. And then after the villains are defeated, prom's tomorrow. What are we going to do? And then the villains are like, oh, what's that? I accidentally tied your shoelaces together.
Yeah.
But the manga is definitely in a place where it moved very far from that, and some real shit's happening.
And he's developing the characters, too.
It literally took until this year, and the series started in 2016, so it was, like, over 4 years of, man, this test is going to be hard. Oh my god, is that someone who can create bombs by thinking about pineapples in the middle of a city square? Good news, thank God the 15-year-old over there was able to take him out. Anyway, about this Slim Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't...
But it stayed good. It was just, that was a little bit annoying because it didn't feel... I understand that may have been to keep up variety, but it kind of devalued... When you're doing that in such a formulaic way, you're kind of like taking away the inherent value, because none of the arcs were bad. It's just like it was hard to get into them because it almost felt like you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. That's why I like where My Hero went now, because it's kind of like up in the air as to what can happen now. Like the stuff that happened was so bad that the formula was pretty much broken, and like now you have no idea what the fuck's gonna happen. You actually don't. And it's it's exciting.
A predictable world, they changed the world permanently.
Yeah. Not gonna spoil anything, but what happens was big, so
I'm an anime only watcher. Dude,
it's a little saucy.
You need to fucking read the manga. Fucking Studio Bones sucks ass. I hate Studio Bones.
But they animate so good.
Not season 5, I'll tell you what.
But they did Bungo Stray Dogs. I love Bungo Stray Dogs.
Dude, you know what was a real stinker from My Hero, though? The entire Class B versus Class A thing.
The joint training arc, yeah.
The joint training arc almost made me drop that shit for a second. Because I was just like,
yeah, because that was followed up by another kind of boring arc, which was the school festival.
Even that arc was just better because the Class B was just the same shit over and over with characters that are just not going to come back probably. So it's just like, I don't care if this guy is like a bug or whatever and has like blades shooting out of his arm because he's not going to do anything. And he gets shit on.
It was really just a big waste of time. Like they went and explained every single character. They don't give a flying fuck about them later on in the story. They barely show up in later in the story because it's not about them.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate circumstance of like every shonen show like kind of has their Vegeta, the person that's supposed to be cool, but their entire premise, like the entire reason for them to exist is to get beat up. So when the real main character shows up, it shows how strong the main character is, because we know how strong Vegeta is, and if he got beat up by that person, then we get a good measurement of how strong Goku is now. And Class 1B is kind of the Vegeta of My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Vagina.
Fuck Vegeta.
Vagina.
True, vagina. Dude, maybe
One
that's
more
why
My Hero thing,
Vegeta, is because he's supposed to get fucked by the main character. Alright, go ahead.
Jesus Christ.
What I like the most about My Hero is the villains. They are treated not as villains, but as misunderstood people.
Yeah.
Like, they actually try to humanize them, which I always have a soft spot for that in any show or movie. It just makes a villain more interesting instead of just them just being like, oh, I fucking hate everyone, I want to rule the world, I have no motivation.
I'm so evil.
Yeah, like they have actual motivations and reasons as to why they're like how they are.
I'm so evil, I don't rewind videotapes when I borrow them from friends.
Holy crap.
A friend showed me a picture on his phone, and I swiped to look at more pictures on his camera roll. I'm so evil. Hee 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 hee.
Okay.
I think one of the best things My Hero Academia does is how interesting the powers are, because they're all very balanced in the fact that, like, these people are humans, and they do a good job of the day-to-day life aspect of having these powers that you can't just turn off. And it's really interesting seeing that, like, some of my favorite parts of My Hero Academia is just the small world building. Like how they said, like, oh yeah, when everyone started getting superpowers, they said, humanity should be at the point where normalized space travel is just a thing, but humanity got slowed down. Or like when they were shopping at a department store, the guy with a big tail was like, oh yeah, I'll buy these pants, and it did a little side note that was like, yeah, retailers now have to be able to tailor clothes to fit, quirks like that. I find that so interesting. It did such a good society of people who have superpowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
I just like the fighting.
I'm a sucker for world building.
Yeah,
hey, the
you won't
fighting
shut up
is
about
good.
My Hero. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Love
I haven't
Tokoyami.
I haven't said a single word about it.
Yeah, Todoroki.
That's how much I love it.
That's how much he loves
Yeah.
My Hero. Did you want to talk about your other manga real quick?
Oh, so instead of doing a top 3, can I just, like, rattle off some that I like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could do that.
I
Actually, let me
won't-
briefly talk about the other 2 I have, because I'm not
Yeah,
going
of
to
course.
go into detail about them. I'll just say that they're good, and then that's it. Berserk and Chainsaw Man. I don't have
Berserk
to say,
and Chainsaw Man are so fucking good.
Yeah, I don't have to say why they're good. You've all probably already heard things about it, so
Right
all I have to
above.
say is to just read it and check it out and see for yourself. But yeah, go ahead.
Chainsaw Man is getting an anime adaptation by the same animators behind Jujutsu Kaisen, and the trailer is amazing. I read the entire thing. It took me 2 days to go through that entire series. It was fucking amazing. And Berserk is just chef's kiss. That's just... Manga doesn't get much better than Berserk. But
Yeah.
I will say another property I am really into, and anyone who knows me, follows me on Twitter, watches me on YouTube, anything. I love Black Clover.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of Black
Yes,
Clover. I got like 20
really.
episodes in and I stopped. Does it get better after that? Should I pick it back up?
So to give you an idea about how, like, much people, like, picked up on Black Clover, because, like, Black Clover was kind of a laughingstock for a while, and good reason. You could tell Studio Pierrot was kind of just putting it out there to put money into Boruto for a bit. The manga was better at first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the manga was good while the anime struggled until, like, I would say the arc where they introduced all of the squad captains, like, when they were, like, fighting to save the city, that was really good. But the thing that made me... Because I was following Black Clover for a while, but I believe it's, like, episode 50 or so.
Damn.
Though... And it gets better and better throughout the series, but episode 50 is where, like, I put my hands down. I'm like, that's fucking art right there. It's the Water Temple arc, and so at this point in the story, we're up to it having 4 openings, and at the end of the fight at that arc, Asta stands back up, and he was like, he does his little, like, not yet, I'm not done, I'm never giving up thing, and as he's walking towards the main villain, the first opening of the series starts playing.
That's always cool when they do that.
Yeah, that's
And
type.
You could tell a fight is a big deal in Black Clover when they start playing the first opening, because it happens a few times and it's just such hype. Like,
Yeah.
like, there is a decent bit of nuance when it comes to Black. There's a lot of underlying themes, like unfair government, horrible corrupted kingdom shit. But Black Clover is one of those things that's so good if you just let yourself be taken on that ride. It's one of those shows, like, if you want to, like, go deep and analyze and stuff, there's going to be some stuff for you. The political system of Black Clover is genuinely really interesting, because they're not afraid of being like, hey, yeah, so this is the Clover Kingdom. Everyone here is assholes. Here's some other kingdoms. They're also assholes. But Asta and his friends, pretty good people. Yuno and his friends, also pretty good people. But there are some assholes out there. But, like, if you just let yourself get taken on this ride of someone who's, like, it's kind of a My Hero situation, but they really committed to the idea more, where everyone has magic except for Asta, and his solution is, I'm just gonna get fucking jacked. And he ends up getting swords that, like, he can use anti-magic in, but since he has no magic and he's fucking ripped, he's the only one that can utilize it. So it really, like, doubled down on the whole, I have no powers, but I'm still gonna do well.
That sounds kind of like Mashal. Have you heard of Mashal?
Yes. They went more of a comedic route with it, though.
Yeah, that one's kind of like Mob Psycho and One Punch Man, where it's like this whole world, if you don't have magic, you're weak, but this guy just gets jacked and ripped, and he fucking kicks everyone's ass, and he doesn't use magic. He's just this big, muscly beast.
Yeah. Mashal was kind of like a combination of Black Clover and Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Mob Psycho. Ooh.
Another manga I really like, Tokyo Revengers.
Hey, Jeffrey read that.
Hey, I read that manga. Not gonna lie, after reading the manga, I'm less into it.
Why do you say that?
I feel like it just kind of starts looping back around on itself a lot, and like hitting the same kind of.
Oh, like new problem just dropped.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like, oh, here's the next thing.
I'm an anime only Tokyo Revenger guy.
I don't think it's unenjoyable, but I think like I was very, very sucked in from the first few episodes of the anime, and then I went to watch the manga or read the manga. Oops, manga.
Well, that's why I got bored. You're trying to watch pages.
Yeah, they wouldn't move. Yeah, what the
Yeah,
heck?
what the fuck? I thought season 5 of My Hero was badly animated, but these fuckers aren't even moving.
True.
There's no moving in My Hero season 5.
Yeah, but
there's no animation.
What makes it one of your poggers shows, one of your liked shows or mangas? I can't say anything. Okay.
So this is probably the dumbest way to say this, but it's how I always describe it. It almost feels like Erased, but done right.
Hey!
Erased sucks. Erased sucks. Erased sucks. Jeffrey likes Erased. Haha.
No. Here's the thing. I like Erased, but it just feels. It feels like they didn't like. So a little bit of Erased spoilers, and like. My biggest issue with Erased is the fact that they're like, oh wow, who's this mysterious serial killer? Here, we're gonna do a dramatic pan on this very suspicious person. Look at how suspicious they are. I hope you're afraid of them, because this camera angle is gonna keep going back, and whenever they're on screen, we're just gonna pause all the music, and we're gonna make them an imposing figure. Yeah. You'll never guess who the killer is, guys!
Yeah.
Like, it was so fucking obvious. I thought it was like one of those like red herrings where it's supposed to be like, okay, by episode 3 we're gonna realize that he's a pretty cool dude, probably goes fishing on the weekends. But no, it turns out that that person was the like killer, and I was like, dude, brah. Yeah, but Tokyo Revengers keeps that intrigue, because it's like, hey, you don't know a lot about the situation, so go in, figure it out, come back, plan. So it keeps the intrigue longer. And it's one of those things where, like, when Erased did time travel, they're like, hey, we need to save this person. Okay, what are we going to do? Save them, obviously. Okay, you save them, that's problem solved. Where Tokyo Revengers would be like, okay, I'm going to try to do this differently. And it's like, hey, you're just some dude. What the fuck is you trying to warn that guy going to do? Figure something else out. And it's the fact that Takemichi had to, like, do more active problem solving than just be like, yeah, I kind of want to change that.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but Erased is pretty cool and wholesome in parts. So.
Well, remember when he jumped off the building and they caught him?
Spoilers.
The manga actually did it differently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, don't worry. All the same problems are still there. It's just a manga kind of like...
Yeah, it still sucks.
Wait, don't tell them about the problem. Watch your fucking mouth before you talk about it. You haven't even read the manga, Ethan. It's
True,
so much
that's
better.
right. I have to get the manga a chance because My Hero's better than the anime. So...
And I was, Black Clover really cleaned itself up. But I would say, like, the first chunk of the Black Clover manga is a lot better than the first chunk of the Black Clover anime. Because, it feels like they were just trying to get something out there to... It genuinely feels like they were trying to go low effort. But they just kind of kept airing it because I guess it made more money than it lost. And then eventually it got, like, a big, passionate fan base. To the point where it was actually the most viewed anime on Crunchyroll of last year.
Damn.
Damn.
I didn't know Black Clover was big.
It's not massive, but the fans are passionate. Like me.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it at some point.
Yeah.
Think about
Or
it.
finish it, I mean. I got 20 episodes in, but I stopped watching for a while.
I have been following it since episode 17 aired, and it got to episode 130 this year, and it's been on a break since then.
130. Never mind.
But
That's like Hunter x
130
Hunter.
episodes
No,
of
no.
poggers.
Okay, here's what I do. Here's what I do when I want to watch a longer anime. I take it by arcs, where I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm just gonna watch for this problem
That's a
to
good way
be
to
solved. So it's like, instead of committing to 130 episodes, I'm committing to like 12 or so blocks of episodes. So like, if I want more, I can keep going. But if I'm satisfied, I finish the arc. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah. I have time. I'm on break. Like, so I could probably watch it. Like,
True.
what else am I gonna do? Play Roblox?
I
Yeah?
have an idea for a topic.
Oh, really?
New
Run
topic
it.
just dropped. It's
Is it Assassination Classroom?
no. It is.
It's a good one.
What is the first anime you ever watched?
Huh.
Like
Okay.
seriously,
Like,
sat
like
down and
actually watched?
Yeah, like actually
finished?
watched.
So we're not doing that like Pokemon or like
No.
Yeah,
Pokemon or
'cause-
Yu-Gi-Oh or Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
bullshit,
None of
where,
that
like,
shit.
Studio Ghibli count.
Nope.
Why?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's
That was
not-
my very
That
first
was your
anime.
first. You didn't
That's
even
a-
watch the 2000.
Damn, you set the bar high.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually have a little bit of a story for like what made me watch it. So my brother, he has a YouTube channel entitled Johan. He was watching it because he watched the original show as it was airing on Adult Swim.
Oh shit.
So like when Brotherhood like came out and it was like fully finished, I came in at the like ending, like after the fight scene, and like saw Edward Elric crying, and I was kind of like a shitty. I was a shitter 12-year-old. You know, I had to be funny, and I was like, oh Edward, oh why is that guy crying? What a nerd. Kind of cringe. Kind of cringe that you're watching.
Cringe guy.
Kind of cringe that you're watching stuff where people cry, haha, L. And my brother was like, how about instead of judging it, how about you try watching it? I was like, oh yeah, I will. And then I became an anime fan for the rest of my life, so take that.
Yeah.
Take that, Johan.
Suck it, Johan.
Yeah.
Damn,
pretty
that, you
good.
set the bar high though.
That is a good
That's your
anime.
first
show,
anime.
honestly.
So, yeah, I watched that, but it was one of those things where it's like, I knew I was watching anime, but I was like, oh, other anime aren't like this, so I'm just gonna stay in this area for a while. And then I watched the 2003 anime, then I watched the movies, then I watched the OVAs, and then I hung out with the manga for a while. It wasn't until... You guys ready for me to lose my credibility?
Yeah.
It wasn't until I heard about Sword Art Online that I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna get into anime now, because...
Get him out of here.
As a teenage shitter,
Alright,
like
that's a scoop.
14, as a 14, 15-year-old, I was like, they're in a video game? I want to be in a video game.
Yeah,
That's so
awesome.
cool.
Hey, you know what I do remember? I remember when Hayne told me to watch the first episode because he thought it was so cool. The first episode because he's a gamer and he likes games. He's
Dude,
you gotta watch the first episode of Sword Art Online. It's so cool. It's about games.
Did you know if they die in real life? Did you know if they die in a game, they die in real life? That's fucking bonkers, dude.
Holy crap! Holy.
But yeah, Full Alchemist Brotherhood was mine. But so other people can have their turn now.
Okay. Wait.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So there's a little story with mine too. So I've seen the Studio Ghibli movies when I was a kid. So I never had like a bias against anime. But I kind of thought it was like a little cringe, just a little bit. But this is like middle school, and I was watching like a lot of Adventure Time, and I wanted to like
go to anime.
No, I just wanted to watch Adventure Time, so I looked up like free Adventure Time episodes online, and I found it on like an anime website. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna click on a random anime just to watch it. I just wanted to see it. So it was in the A's, and so I clicked on an anime called Aria and the Scarlet Ammo or some shit like that, and it was. I mean, like today, if I watch it today, I would watch half the first episode and that's it. But like I really liked it, and I don't know.
I don't
know what else to say because I don't remember it, but it was like I was really into it, and then I went into like a super anime phase after that. My second anime was High School DxD.
Oh Jesus Christ! Jesus Christ!
I didn't know. I was in middle school. I didn't know I thought that's what anime was. Honestly, I just thought I thought anime was like that. It wasn't until like I started watching like good anime. I was like, wait a minute, where's the boobs?
Did you ever get pranked into watching Kiss X Sis by anybody?
No.
Me either. My brother did though.
Hey guys, have you ever watched this? No, I haven't either. Yeah. You've always been a little funny guy.
Dude, that's how it was back in the day on the internet. Like people would be like, "Yo, what other anime should I watch? I just watched like Bleach, and it was so awesome." And they were like, "You should watch Kiss X Sis."
What was the other one? That was like
Boku no Pico. You should look up Boku no Pico.
Yeah, guys, it's so funny.
All right.
Mine. Well, let me talk about Full Metal because I watched Full Metal and that was like the best anime I had seen up to that point. So it was like my bar was set so high, and like right after Full Metal, you want to know what I watched?
What?
What did you watch?
Noragami.
Yeah.
That's pretty respectable.
I don't like Noragami.
I like Noragami.
I like it, but I don't
remember
think it's that great. I
don't remember.
I think it
like,
serves
being
up
too
the
into
vibes incredibly, but the story's kind of super whatever to me.
The manga after it suffers a case of Blue Exorcist where the manga picks up after the anime ended is so much better than the ground anime covered.
Damn.
The anime is good, but the manga starts fucking hitting.
Damn. But my real first anime is Sergeant Frog. Have you guys heard of Sergeant Frog?
What a fucking turn.
I was also one of those kids where I was like, oh yeah, anime looks stupid. I don't like how they talk. And so I was like, I was annoyed at that. But, we got Netflix and they had Sergeant Frog on there. This was 2012 or something, 2011. Pretty sure Netflix was around by then.
Yeah.
Netflix is older than we think. But yeah, Sergeant Frog was on there, and I was curious because it I don't know, the frog looked kind of funny, and it was about
frog.
this frog trying to invade Earth, and it's supposed to be funny. So I thought that was funny. It also kind of reminded me of Invader Zim, and I was really into Invader Zim, and Sergeant Frog's kind of like that, where they kind of just suck at taking over the world, and they always fail. So that's why I watched it. But when I found out it was an anime, I was like, oh shoot, I don't like
oh
anime.
no, I'm cringe.
But then I kept watching, and I watched almost 100 episodes of it.
Oh my god.
I'm having people groan over watching 130 episodes of Black Clover, and you fucking dropped over 100 on a fucking frog.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I didn't know about this before.
Yeah.
This guy's a Sergeant Frog watcher.
I knew
Sergeant
about
Frog.
it. You made me watch an episode or two.
I showed Steven, and he was fucking bawling when he saw that. When he saw that episode with the red one, he could not stop laughing.
That is,
Steven likes it too.
man, fucking Sergeant Frog. Hey, respect though.
The Sergeant Frog pipeline runs deeper than you think.
Dude.
Yeah, Sergeant Frog has no story. It's just like every episode something wacky happens. But there are some genuine moments that I liked. I can't really remember them, but but you know, it's
It's there.
it was there
Go watch it.
for sure. Yeah, if you want to find out, go ahead and go watch it all. Watch all
Go
of it.
check out all of Sergeant Frog, viewers.
There's actually more. There's like 300, 400 episodes.
Damn.
You need to watch every episode of Sergeant Frog to get the full experience.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
watching all that shit.
Yeah,
It's
fuck that.
literally Sergeant Frog is just like a Saturday morning cartoon. There's like
Well-
there's no overarching story.
You've got time on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah. What are you trying to tell me you're too good for Sergeant Frog?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, it's better than Erased, I'll tell you what.
Okay, well,
I want a
Teach it,
total
idiot.
list of people who have out loud said Sergeant Frog is better than Erased.
I bet
want
Sergeant
to-
Frog has a better ending than Erased.
I actually completely fucking doubt that. Fuck you.
Oh come on, no, Sergeant Frog went on for so long.
There's no
I don't know if it
story
ended
though.
or not.
There's not gonna be.
I don't know if it
nobody's gonna
ended
give
or
a fuck
not.
about the ending.
What?
it
They probably
had-
did something special for the ending. You know, it's like, oh, we've been around for so long. Let's do something cool and
But they
big
did-
for the fans.
They did
So-
something
and that's
special for
probably what they
Erased.
did.
So-
he jumped off the building.
The show of Sergeant Frog started in 2005 or 4. I'm googling this, and it ended in 2011
Oh.
with episode 358B.
Jesus fuck B, bro.
What does that mean?
That means there's 2 parts. Saturday morning cartoons are weirdly broken up in Japan because I know it's the same with Crayon Shin-chan, where they'll have like A, B, C, D for each episode, and each one's like 15 minutes, maybe 7 minutes or something.
Yeah.
So that's like a
So,
lot.
well, so if we were to count like an actual anime as my first, I think mine would probably be, I think it was My Little Monster.
So,
Man, you're
my
a
God.
loser, dude.
I remember you told me
You
that
guys,
you watched that.
man, I thought I started out good, but you guys, these fucking gems here, dude.
Damn.
I don't
My
know if
Little
it was a
Monster.
gem, but you know.
I'm
Yeah, you
doing
want to know
this
how I
because I've
watched
never
it
heard
too?
of
I watched it on Crunchyroll.com with ads. So 4 ads each episode.
God.
You're actually
24 minutes.
Crazy. You're
You're
actually insane. Why would you do
Yeah.
that? That's so crazy to me.
I'm still insane. You know how much time I put in Get Big?
Yeah, Get Big Simulator.
Have you gotten big?
Oh yeah.
Wait, okay. Before we talk about Get Big Simulator, my first anime was Sword Art Online.
Yeah, I think a little bit better than you.
Yeah,
In terms
shut
of
up, Sergeant.
Did you
Frog
know if they
Liker.
die in the game, they die in real life?
Dude.
It's Poggos, doing a video game.
That shit was nuts.
At least Sergeant Frog knew what it was.
Yeah, I mean that was like the first show I watched, but then after that I was like looking for different shows because like it hit season 2 and it started sucking even more ass than it already did, and I started out with fucking. My brother watched Bleach, and Bleach was like the #1 show on Crunchyroll at the time, so I'm like, I'm not watching that shit. I fucking hate my brother. So I chose a different shonen show called Katekyo Hitman Reborn. And it's about, I don't know if any of you would have ever heard about it.
No.
Is it the like Flame Glove guy, like the
Yeah.
baby?
Yeah. It's about a guy who didn't know that he was born in like a mafia family, so he's just like living a normal life in Japan. And then this fucking mafia baby comes up and says, "Yo, you're gonna be the 10th boss of this this hitman family or whatever, this mafia, and then it's like 200 fucking episodes.
Damn, I fucking hate when a mafia baby tells me I'm in the mob now. This shit bullshit.
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
the deal
boss
is that the
baby.
main character is a pussy, so then the baby is like, yo, and then shoots him in the fucking head, and then that's when like a fire grows on his head, and then he goes crazy and goes stupid.
Okay, so, can I say something that will take away a lot of credibility from me again?
Yeah, do it again.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be taken away as much as I did.
Oh, no.
Do it.
This... People get mad at me for saying this. I don't think Sword Art Online is an inherently bad show. I think there is...
All right.
yeah,
that's
there are...
Cutting that out.
Hear me
get
out,
up on
hear
outta
me
here.
out, hear me out, hear me out.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of shows that are the same amount of quality as Sword Art Online. But don't get me wrong, there's some pretty fucky stuff in Sword Art Online. But there's a lot of shows that do the same, that commit the same sins, but the fact that Sword Art Online is so big, it made people want to dogpile it more, because all these other anime that are like the same quality didn't get pushed as hard as Sword Art Online got pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think Sword
don't,
Art Online and
It still
Fairy
sucks.
Tail are the biggest ones people shit on.
I don't think either of those shows are inherently bad, but I think because they got so popular, so even then there are other shows that are just as bad. It's the fact that they got pushed in the spotlight when they would be fine and well respected in like a mid-tier popularity, but the fact that they got pushed so hard made people who are like, hey, why is this show that's okay at best more popular than the show I like that I think is great? I think Sword Art Online is shit because it's worse than the thing that I like that isn't as popular. And I think it kind of like I think Sword Art Online kind of became a catalyst and a face of a show that you can shit on. Because even people who like Sword Art Online, no one thinks that the show is the best thing ever. You meet a passionate fan, they're going to be like, yeah, it's pretty good. Because that's all it is. And that's not shitting on it. It's just Sword Art Online wasn't meant to stand next to the giants. But it got pushed on its premise at the perfect time. And it's not the worst thing ever. Aincrad arc is such an interesting premise. The Fairy Dance arc is dog shit. The Phantom Bull arc, pretty good. It kind of falls off, but it's pretty good. Mother Rosario arc, not bad. Algorization arc, at least to start, pretty good. But it had it got put on such a fucking hill that it was fated to be attacked because it wasn't meant to stand up there.
See, I
You
can
really like the
agree
show.
with your argument, but
But what about the tentacle scenes?
yeah.
That is the Fairy Dance arc that I am like,
See,
why did you do that?
that arc stinks. The fact that they made his little sister have a crush on him kind of stinks.
Yeah,
And then I
that's
dropped the
kind
show,
of
so I don't
fucking
really-
weird.
Yeah,
But you want to know what other show that has like a 7 out of 10 on my anime list? Chivalry of a Failed Knight had a legitimate plot point involving that, and people consider that a good show.
Well, I hate that show too. I haven't
I
seen
don't.
it.
So.
But,
It's okay.
I watched the second season of High School DxD years later.
I rewatched 70 episodes of Sergeant Frog years later.
Oh my god, what are we?
wait a
Why are
minute.
we
Let's
exposing
Let's
ourselves?
throw away our credibility. Yo,
What-
I never watched Naruto, but I know everything about the story.
I watched Naruto when I was a kid. Okay, so can I explain my weird relationship with Naruto?
Go
Sure.
for it, dude.
You know, if I'm just gonna keep rambling about weird shit, and again, and here's the thing, my opinion on Sword Art Online is a noted fact. I made a video on Sword Art Online where I said all of this similar stuff, because again, it's not a bad show, but it doesn't deserve the popularity of a great show. Anyway, with Naruto. So
we
Naruto
go.
is one. I watched Naruto on like. So I say Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood was my first anime, but when I was a youngin', I watched Naruto. I watched Naruto and I watched Zatch Bell. But to me, those were just cartoons.
Yeah.
Dude, in high school, I got back into Zatch Bell for some fucking reason. It was the first manga I ever read, fun fact, but we can get into that later. So, I watched Naruto. Now, my cable kind of went on and off throughout my entire life. So, I would just miss, like, giant arcs of Naruto. But I was a child, and I was like, ninjas are so fucking cool, dude. So, I would watch Naruto, all that good stuff. When it left Toonami to go on Disney XD of all fucking places, I kind of fell off of Naruto, and honestly, it kind of became just a game series to me with the Storm series. Yeah. But, Naruto is always one of those things I was like, yeah, it's something I grew up with. It's not bad. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. And I also recognize, as someone who's really into the history of anime, I also recognize the cultural fucking impact it had. My Hero Academia and Black Clover couldn't exist without Naruto.
That's true. The first My Hero ED is a direct tribute to Naruto.
So, I thought, it was one of those things where I kind of thought my experience was universal. Not, like the same cable thing, but a lot of people, watched it when they were younger, and when it became a little bit less accessible, they fell off of it a bit. I didn't assume anyone had any ill will towards it, but a little while ago, I got, the streaming community I got involved into, all of them, to this day, still adore Naruto. It's their go-to thing to talk about when it comes to talking about anime, and I'm like, okay, so I had all these people still actively talking about Naruto while it was something I kind of left back there, but all of these people they kept following it, because they were a little bit older than me, so they knew how to use the internet and watch it on Crunchyroll instead of trying to jump through hoops. And they, followed the manga, and they were so active in it to a point where they were following it for years, and it became, such a hardcore part of their life. And then I met even more people outside that community that was just obsessed and adored Naruto, and I was like, what the fuck did I miss? Because I like Naruto. But what did I miss where people are still talking about it this long after it ended? Don't get me wrong, I know Boruto and all that stuff, but it's just the amount of how active people still are with it.
Yeah, that's why I know the reason I know everything is because when my brother was watching it, he was like, oh Naruto, looking up, shit on wikis and, doing hand signs at me and trying to get me to, do them with him and get excited, and I was just like, you're a nerd. Fuck you.
I feel like Naruto, One Piece, and, Dragon Ball, they're all blindsided by nostalgia that they don't like giving the new shows a chance.
And I mean, the show's great, from what I hear.
They're great shows, I'm sure, but
yeah, it got popular for a reason. It revolutionized how.
Yeah, but a lot of shows nowadays that come out, they're they do what they did, but they modernize it, and they do it sometimes even better. And They built off of Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach the same way Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece built off of Dragon Ball. Exactly.
And what did Dragon Ball build off of?
My balls.
Built off Dragon B's nuts across your face.
Well, you want to know an interesting fact about... Hi, that's funny. You want to know an interesting fact about Dragon Ball? It originally started off as a comedy manga. Huh. So it was inspired by comedy manga that was circulating at the time.
Oh, so it was inspired by Sergeant Frog.
We're coming full circle. But it was inspired... It was originally a comedy manga. That's why, when you look back, it's a lot more goofy. The characters are more, chibi and stuff like that. But eventually, as a creator, Akira Toriyama, I believe is his name, he got more involved with, the action side of things. And that's actually why there was a time skip in Dragon Ball where Goku was a teenager. And, of course, Dragon Ball Z where he was an adult. But it was because it was so hard. The reason why there was a time skip in Dragon Ball was because drawing martial arts and hand-to-hand combat with Goku was hard. The martial arts fighting aspect was always a part of things. but it wasn't until later that became the main like goal, like making a battle manga.
Huh.
I did not know that. That kind of makes sense though, from like some of the older stuff I see out of Dragon Ball. That's
I did not know it was a comedy.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Balls are pretty funny.
Balls are pretty funny.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Balls.
Yeah.
All right.
Poop scoop.
Hey, well, I think we are at the 1 hour and 20-minute mark. We've been hitting that pretty regularly. So I think
Yeah.
it's about time to wrap things up, so long as there are not any final closing statements that people want to say.
Go ahead and shout your stuff out again real quick,
Ooh,
Fayko.
yeah. Fayko, please.
Where
I have
can
a
people
YouTube-
find you? On YouTube, social media?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/it's Fayko. I talk about a lot of anime stuff. And if my opinions interest you at all, I do talk about them more in a more like funny type of way. I have a side channel named Fayko. It's kind of dead at the moment, but I do want to get back into it because it's a fun little side project for me.
What's
I have a Twitch
Fayko?
It's kind of just a channel that's literally just where I upload videos that aren't Fayko videos. It's where I put like a lot of my experimental stuff. A lot of it will sometimes get taken down because I'll accidentally dox myself. Like I did a video where me and a friend literally just went through. We just typed in Garfield on eBay and looked at the weird Garfield merchandise that existed.
Okay.
But I had to take that video down because every product I clicked on, I didn't realize this until I uploaded and all that stuff, but every product I clicked on was like, would you like to ship this to? And it had my address in it.
Well, glad you fixed
But-
that.
Oh shit.
But that's where I like put any experiment. Right now, all there is Sonic the Hedgehog videos on that channel. But
Oh yeah.
I have a Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I have a Twitch.
Oh,
Just type
TikTok?
in Fayko and you'll probably find it. Yeah, I have a TikTok.
Yo,
Oh, hey.
I gotta follow you.
What's your, do you want to shout out your Discord?
It's
What?
Like,
kind.
does he have a server?
Yeah, you have like a server?
I did for streaming, but it's more or less kind of like not gonna worry about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're an idiot, Ethan.
Email? Email?
No.
Phone number?
Stop asking for this information. Okay, social
I'm also
security
gonna
number?
I'm gonna advertise this pen, the like longer part of it, like the part that's supposed to clip on your like your shirt. I accidentally broke it because I played with it a lot.
Debit card
but
information?
There's numbers on it.
Wait, so you're advertising a pen?
Yes.
And that's the scoop.
That's the
And
scoop.
that's the scoop, everybody. Come back next week. We're gonna be having just the cast members episode, and then the week after that, probably Coral T, the famous YouTuber.
That's right.
Country balls.
The country ball YouTuber
Country
himself.
ball YouTuber.
Yeah, they come on the
our
balls.
ball
Kroop
podcast.
balls.
Okay, all right. Hey, we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
and try the grilled cheese burrito.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Fayko.
It was a lot of fun.
Okay, stop.